Hey, my name is Chad. This video, we're going to talk about something really cool that's right behind me. Let's take a look. So this contraption here is the amp annealer that's made by Annealing Made Perfect, AMP, amp. Pretty simple to figure that one out, but I have got this set up with their amp mate. So this right here is what will allow me to automatically anneal cases. So one of the reasons that I've been hesitant on reloading stuff. I've got all the equipment and everything, but I do not have much free time. So getting into the precision rifle game, one of the things that I was worried about was reloading my own ammo and annealing all my cases, either with a flame or one by one with the induction annealer like this. I went ahead and got the amp mate so that I can dump a batch in here into the brass hopper and just let it feed, and it'll automatically run through a whole batch, and all I gotta do is set it up. So this video, we'll look at how to set it up and get some running. So one of the first things, let's take a look at, so this is kind of an example of the brass as they came out of my rifle. So, you know, they're not too bad off here, just a little bit of fouling around the necks there. And then this is my brass after I cleaned it with rice. So you can see super shiny. These things look awesome. So first thing we're going to do is get the pilot set up. One thing to be aware of is making sure you get the correct pilot number. Okay, so they've got a chart on their website that'll show which pilot goes with which case that you're going to be doing. I wanted to run a test on these. I cleaned up 102 pieces, and I just want to see what this batch number is going to give me for the Aztec code, which is the automatic process that determines what you need to have your settings for. So now we've got our machine on. We're going to go through, we don't need to set up. So we want to be in Aztec mode, and we want to do an analyze. So for this pilot in this particular brass, my code is 0, 1, 7, B. So you get all that from the website. It tells you all that information. I went over that in a previous video. So 017B, and then we got our holder. We're just going to drop that guy in, and this will destroy that case. So 0134, and obviously be very careful not to touch that. As you can see, I can feel the heat coming off of it, but that totally destroyed that piece of brass right there. And drop him in. I kind of want to get 2 and run on an average of the 2. So 135. My previous Hornady brass was 133 and 134. So this is a 134, 135. So what I'm probably going to do is run a 0134 setting on this one. Okay, so to get this set, this has these adjustment knobs here, and you can adjust the height of this. And as you can see, maybe, let's just drop this in and see. So now as the slider comes back, so we've got good clearance there. So the diameter of the case is the same size as the last one I was doing, so that'll work fine. But then as it pushes forward, you see it's starting to tip down at the bottom. So that means this is obviously too low. Loosen this knob, raise this up so that we have just enough clearance for that case to slide forward smoothly. So we can test it here. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so that should be good. Do another little test. Drops all the way down. We're good there. So I think height-wise we're good there. So I can tell it to go forward. And what we want to do there is we can run this, make sure it's going to smoothly press onto the holder. and give us enough clearance. So looks like we're in good shape there. So the worst part about this is learning how to adjust all these little contraptions on here. But once you get that down, it's very easy to let it just set up and run. You can see that stopper right there. That screw is a stop for this slider. And as it comes back, where it stops there is what gives the clearance when it drops down from the tube here. So getting that set, and then there's another screw over here, and that is what stops this front little metal bracket right there, and that's what gives the front clearance and pushes everything back. So once it's all set up, pushes, clears the way, pushes it onto the shell holder, then as it comes back, that's going to come back to follow it, but it stops right there, and the slider keeps coming back a little more, gives you that gap where your brass will drop in and not try to wiggle forward or back. So getting that set, and then tighten the little screws down, tighten the set screw down, that is the trickiest part. But once you understand how it works, it kind of goes pretty easily. See, it didn't take much to change over from one caliber to another. Okay, so that'll give us a start, and now we'll see if I did this properly and set everything up. So what we're going to want to do here is be in Aztec mode, and we want to enter a new code of 0, 1, 3, 4. And now it's set up. It's got a little notification here that says AM. That means it's set up to run the AmpMate. Everything is reading properly, and we should be in good shape. Okay, so we're going to check it now, see if everything's running. We're not going to watch it for too long because it gets loud, but here we go. Start. Okay, so as you saw, it got hung up right here. I went back in the menu. There's a setting called calibrate ejection, and that raises and lowers this right here a little bit. So I've got it set to go up just a hair, so it should kind of run itself down, come up, and then it should just raise this a little bit and give us a little more clearance. Okay, we'll see how that save. All right, let's see if that fixed it. Once again, getting it all set up is the worst part, but here we go. Try again. Okay, so we just had to make a slight adjustment. I forgot I did lower that down on those shorter cases. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but apparently it was. So come over here and take a look at it. So I mean, it is a really cool contraption. So as you can see, once it gets set up and does what it wants to do, it's all very smooth. But getting the initial settings seemed to be the most troublesome part. But once it's done, it just keeps on boogieing along. So really good for me. I can go do other stuff in the other room while this is prepping all of this. If I was on a full day where all I was doing was loading, I could start doing another step, and we're in pretty good shape here. I like it. Okay, so we stopped that. We'll let it cool down for a minute, but is that not pretty cool? I think it is. So the amp with the AmpMate is a really cool thing. It takes a little bit of fine tuning to get everything set up and running properly when you're switching from one case size to another. Once that gets done, it can run pretty smooth. So we got 13 done. As soon as I turn this off, I'm going to start it back running, let it run through this whole 100, and it'll finish that in just a couple minutes this evening. And I'll have a bunch of brass that is annealed, ready to go, start sizing, and get on to the next steps. I'm really excited to get into loading for my 6 Creedmoor. I want to get my own match ammo worked up and start using that going forward in the matches. But to do that, I need to get all my brass prepped, and we're on a good track now running with the Annealing. I'd really appreciate it if you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed, follow along. We've got all the steps. I'll take you along on every step that we do on loading this ammo, getting it out to test it, and I will share all of that with you, plus all my results from my matches. I hope, like I said before, every month I intend to get better and better. And part of that now is going to be making sure my ammo is as good as I can make it. I think with this, it's going to be definitely more consistent, and that's one of the main things you're looking for in long-range rifle shooting: maximum consistency. Make sure you're following along. I really appreciate everybody that watches my videos. You guys are awesome. We're almost to 900. Christmas is coming up in a few days. I wanted to wish every single one of the people that watch my video a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family, whoever your loved ones that you're spending the time with. I hope it goes great, and you all have a wonderfully blessed Christmas and New Year's time this year. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope you keep following along, see what else we get up to here. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.